Welcome back to the course, everyone. In the previous section, we used the Anaconda prompt to create a new LangChain environment. As emphasized, it's recommended that individual projects be run in separate environments to prevent package conflicts or the accidental removal of important documents. They also offer the flexibility to install different Python versions and maintain unique package sets in each, without the risk of interfering with the base setup. We also registered this environment as a Jupyter kernel so that we could use it in our Jupyter notebooks. Finally, we set our OpenAI API key as an environment variable, allowing us to utilize OpenAI's models and API. I'm now happy to welcome you to this lesson where we'll create our first chatbot. We'll be relying on Python and OpenAI's API. Note that we won't be making use of the LangChain framework just yet. This section introduces you to creating chatbots with OpenAI's API and familiarizes you with its main components. Since OpenAI's integration in LangChain relies heavily on this API, having a general idea of how it works is valuable. With that said, let's get to coding. Open a fresh Jupyter notebook. Load the .env extension and then apply the .env magic command to set your OpenAI API key as an environment variable. Next, we should configure the OpenAI library to recognize our key. To do so, import the OS and OpenAI libraries. Then set up OpenAI.API key to equal os.getEnv. Pass the name of the environment variable as an argument. It's as easy as that. We're now ready to experiment with OpenAI's models. We'll do so by implementing a helpful chatbot that answers users' questions. But we'll also give it a sarcastic twist. First, create an OpenAI client by utilizing OpenAI's class of the same name. Then define a completion variable that will serve as our chatbot object. Set it equal to client.chat.completions.create. The first parameter that the create function requires is the model. I'll opt for GPT-4, but you can experiment with any OpenAI chat model. Just visit their website, pick a language model of your choice, and write the respective name as a string. Keep in mind our discussion about costs, especially if you plan on working on your own projects. Make sure you opt for a cost-sensitive variant. The second required parameter, messages, contains the messages we'll give the model before starting the conversation. These messages will be a way to instruct the model on how to behave. It expects a list of dictionaries, each containing 2 required key-value pairs. The key to the first pair is role, which can be mapped to one of the following values: system, user, assistant, and tool. We'll work with tools later in the course. For now, let's focus on the first 3. The key to the second pair is content, which stores strings with questions, instructions, and other helpful content that will guide the model towards responding suitably. All right, after a short break, we'll discuss the difference between system, user, and assistant roles. Catch you in a bit.